All right, everybody, welcome to English 101X for the summer of 2022. My name is Professor Jose A. Rodriguez, also known as DJ Peebo. It's got to be on my hat here somewhere. We use, anyway, welcome to the class. See what I mean? I'm already, a little bit about me. From Los Angeles, originally, born and bred. Went to Catholic school all my life. I went to Pepperdine University. I graduated with the bachelor's as a paralegal. And from there, I worked as a paralegal in California, in Los Angeles. I went to Puerto Rico. I became a DJ, which was, I'm into music. Music is my passion. And I came back and I stayed in the music industry for many, many years. I was a DJ in all the top clubs. I'm not trying to brag, it's just information. During all of the 80s and the early 90s, known as DJ Peebo. You can look me up, djpeebo.com, and check out my website, or you could Google me and you can see all of the stuff that I did. From there, I went on to work for record companies, and I produced a lot of compilations and stuff. In my early years, I worked with Ice-T. I had him on my original label, Electro Beat Records. I worked with Kid Frost. I wrote for Lowrider Magazine as the entertainment editor. And then I DJ'd at all their big shows. I opened up for Ice Cube and Cypress Hill and a bunch of others. And so I have a pretty good prolific background in music. During the 90s, when Napster came in, it kind of turned the music industry on its head. And our record company, Thump Records, just like a lot of record companies, independent labels, took a nosedive. I decided to go back to school. I went to Puerto Rico in 2009, and I graduated in 2011 with a master's in teaching English as a second language English. Came back here in 2014. And I started at Miracosta College in Oceanside and San Diego City College. And so I've been at both colleges ever since, teaching academic English at City College, and I teach ESL at Miracosta. I still DJ maybe 8 to 10 gigs a year in Los Angeles. I'm doing actually an LGBTQ gig this coming Friday in San Diego, and then I've got a bunch of things that I'm doing in LA. My thing is 80s and disco, but I do play house also, and new wave, okay? So that's kind of like my background. The class is music themed. That's why there's gonna be always music going on. And what I like to do is eventually is to get everybody, every student, if you want, to be DJ of the day. Well, what does that mean? That means you're going to say, this is one of my favorite songs, this is the music video, and this is why I like this type of music, sharing music, and I love that part of the class because I learned so much, and I get introduced to artists I wouldn't have normally gotten introduced to. I love it, I love it, I love it. And you probably enjoy it also. 101, English 101, we concentrate on writing. We are responsible for writing 6,000 words throughout the semester. You say, wow, that's a lot of words. Is that a book? No, it's not a book. But what it is it's 3 essays at around 1,500 words each. And then the other 500 or so, no, 1,500 or so words comes from stuff that we do online. You'll see, you're going to be writing every week about something really cool, and you'll be also sharing with each other in the discussion pages, which I think is kind of like the highlight and the glue for the class. Okay, we're going to be writing an argumentative essay, a persuasive essay, and a narrative essay. I showed you the books. There we go. Why did you choose that book, Professor? Good question. Because It is written in a graphic cartoon style. And I just think that with the pictures, the commentary, it's a little, you know, they write with humor, that the information will stick more. Understanding rhetoric, we need to understand rhetoric and why rhetoric is so important in writing. Okay. This other book, You Are Not So Smart, is a lot of really cool essays that kind of like answers a lot of questions in a very interesting way and sometimes a funny way. But I love the information, and I think that all of the short essays in here are very interesting. And then the 4 agreements. This class, my class, is kind of like I'm almost kind of like a life coach, but not really a life coach. But I think as instructors that it's important for us to teach other values in life and try to help you overcome obstacles, as many as we possibly can, or I do anyway. I don't know about the other teachers, I can't speak for them, but that will help you achieve your goals. We are going to be talking about fear. Okay, we're going to be talking about fear. We're going to be confronting fear. We're going to be talking about procrastination. Okay, that's a monster right there, procrastination. And we're going to be talking about the mind, fixed mindset versus growth mindset. Which one are you? Okay, these are a lot of the things that we're going to be talking about, but we're going to grow as a community in this classroom. And I have to say that, and I really believe this deep down in here, that hopefully I will show you that you're 10 times smarter than you think you are, and you can do 20 times more than you think you can. And we're going to hopefully help you to develop, if you haven't already, a very strong work ethic, because that results without work you're never going to get anywhere. You have to work at things. And the most prosperous people and the people that have gotten ahead, they've developed a good work ethic. In other words, they're not afraid of work. Work doesn't blow their mind. You just get it done. And in the music industry, I saw lots and lots of super talented people, but they never went anywhere. Why? Because they wanted the record company to do all the work. You have to do the work, right? And I saw less talented people go a lot further. Why? Because they had a very strong work ethic. They were willing to get up early. They were willing to practice, very, very important. They were willing to do whatever it took to be successful. So even though you may be super, super talented, unless you're willing to work at it, you may not get as far as you think you can. And so a lot of what I do here in this class is I try to sweep away things that get in the way of you being successful. And hopefully you will take a lot from that. The very first theme we're going to be talking about, where is it? Is the cell phone. We're going to be talking about the cell phone. And if you have your cell phone on right now, if you're looking at your cell phone, you're doing yourself a big disservice because you're not here. You're not here. And we're going to be writing about the cell phone. And you'll see how you may be addicted to your cell phone more than you want to admit. And it may be tripping you up, right? It may be sucking a lot of valuable time out of your life and throwing you off pace. So the very first subject is going to be the cell phone that we're going to be writing about. We're going to discover its addictive patterns and behaviors and the studies behind it. And we're going to explore why the big conglomerates aren't doing anything about it. Why? Because they're making money. Your eyeballs are what makes them money. That's what they're selling to advertisers. Well, we'll get into that deeper as we go along. Let's see. Okay. So now what I'd like to do, any questions at this point? Am I making sense or am I talking too much?
It's okay, teacher. But at the end of the last day, are we going to play DJ for us?
Are we going to what?
to do the DJ music for us? Are you
I'll
going
have,
to dance?
no, hey, I'll do some sets. I'll throw down.
Okay.
I've been doing it for a long time. I have awards. DJing, like I said, it's my passion. A lot of times I do stuff for free. I have a lot of equipment. It's just like, it's not, back then I was super profitable because that's all I did. I DJ'd in nightclubs for 12 years straight. That was my job, you know, but I was very fortunate. A lot of guys can't say that, you know? And then I spun 8 hours. I started at 8, I went to 2. On the weekends, I played till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Back then, we were called resident DJs. Club had one DJ for that night. Now, DJs play for an hour. You know, they do sets. There's lots of DJs. It's different, very, very different, which is cool. It evolved, you know. And I follow DJs every week. I love it. Okay. So, all right. Oh, you talk too much, Professor. All right. Let's see. Okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to take you to Canvas. Is everybody familiar with Canvas and how Canvas works?
Yes, but we can go.
Más o menos. Okay. It is the bridge between me and you. And I try to keep it up, and I try to change it every week. You know, I add another module. I don't put too much in advance. Well, you'll see. Okay.
Professor, are those books in the bookstore or Amazon?
They should be in the bookstore because I asked them to order them. Okay. All right, here we go. Preparation for first commentary, meaning your very first writing assignment. So the way I do things is I've learned to keep things very basic, very simple. Some teachers, you know, they load you up and you got to read and go here and go here and here. And I think that, I don't know, for some reason that didn't work for me. So what I do is watch, okay? Watch the English department welcome, which is kind of cool. Watch a little video on what's netiquette. Netiquette is, it's important. It's etiquette, obviously, for the internet. Answer. Get to know you. This is a great way for us to discover how we can connect on so many different levels. This is a survey, basically, that helps me get to know you a lot better, right? Get to know each other. This is, I'll just open it up real quick. Oh, look at that. We already got a, dang, look how cool is that? All right, I will love it. Anyway, use this discussion board to introduce yourself to your classmates and share your smartphone diets. A lot of people don't understand. They'll say, how much time do you think you're on your phone? Oh, a couple hours. Then they do their own research on their own diet. They say, oh, Professor, I'm on 5 hours a day. I didn't know, you know. So anyway, this is obviously that's what it is right there. It's a way for us to get to know each other, and we can really talk about it on Thursday. Let me go back to the module. And that's the way I usually work. I usually just use the modules. There's a lot of stuff here that I really don't get into. I uploaded a syllabus, but it's not the syllabus for this class. Everything is the same except for the dates, so I've got to adjust those things. Let's see. Our focus this week is on our smartphone diet. Oh, here is the syllabus. Let's see if it opens up. Bam, okay. And then let's see if we can get it to go. I don't do anything regular, so you gotta excuse me, I'm a little quirky. As you can see from my syllabus is like kind of designed after kind of like a comic book, you know, but hopefully you guys have my cell number, and I love the fact that you just text me, just let me know. Hey, Professor, this is Awa from your summer class, you know, or this is Alina. This is Anna. And anyway, so a lot of this stuff is going to change. And then you could just go through and you'll learn about the class, more things or more details about the class. Now here's music. Oh my goodness. He keeps talking about music, this guy. Okay. Here's a little bit about the English 31 aspect of the class, our objectives, so on and so forth. These important dates I'm going to change for you so that in case you have to drop the class, you don't lose money or things happen, you know. Anyway, if you have special needs, please let me know so that I can find a way to answer those for you. Plagiarism, I'm sure everybody knows what plagiarism is. If not, we will go over it. Basically using other people's work instead of your own and not giving them credit. It's important that you, for each writing, that you contact somebody in the English Center, so have them take a look at your writing, hook up with a tutor. That's really, really important. And I do have a partner that will join us in a couple of weeks, and she's the best. I mean, I've had a lot of SIs, they call them SI student instructors, but Noea is really, really good. I just love working with her. Anyway, this is a lot of little minutia that I would like for you to go through and read. And I've tried to, you know, lay it out in very easy to read and understand fashion. There's the books right there. Make sure you have a pen drive to save all your work on. It's always best to use Word, for example, to do your work on, then cut and paste and put it in there. Because you know how this stuff works sometimes, right? You'll be on Canvas and you'll be typing something, and then the computer goes down, or you lose power or something, then you lose the work, and you got to start all over again. That's what I like about using Word and cutting and pasting and uploading your work. Okay, and I think that's about it. My grading system, I do contract grading. What's contract grading? Contract grading is basically, I don't give A's, B's, C's, and D's. I give commentary. And if you do the work, you get the points. Okay, and then what if I did it all wrong? Did you do the work? I did the work. You get the points, but we will find a way to get you back on track. Because, you know, oftentimes students would say, man, professor, I worked 4 hours on this thing. And you're not gonna give me any credit for it? I don't think that's right either. So I do contract grading, a little bit different. I think you'll like it better. And my whole goal is to get you to be a good writer, and not Shakespeare or anything like that, but to be able to find your voice and have it on paper, and for you to be comfortable with it. Why? Because your voice is important. You're important. What you have to say is important. Your opinions are important. And so I want to hear it, and I want you to be able to share it, and I want you to gain confidence in your writing, in who you are, because like I said, you're 10 times smarter than you think you are, and you get 20 times more done than you think you can. I really believe that. I want you to believe that. All right. Are you on a soapbox, Professor? I think you are. All right, I'll stop. I'll get off the soapbox here in a minute. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Back to the syllabus. Back to Canvas. All right. Answer. Okay. Read. Right? Read the syllabus. Read the introduction to addictive behavior. This is going to be introduction to what? I'm laying the groundwork for our first writing our argumentative essay, right? Then have smartphones destroyed a generation, effects on thinking. Very important. Very important that you not have your phone around you when you're in the class, but you'll see its effects on our thinking, period. The thing is more powerful and alluring than you think. Okay. First reflection. Let's take a look at that. Okay, write a 500-word reflection on the article and do a deep thinking and soul-searching introspective into your personal smartphone diet. Okay, so then you go ahead and then you upload it here. That's 50 points. Let me go back to my module. See, everything I try to lay it out. Look, watch, answer, read, write. Okay, download links for smartphone monitoring apps. Most phones come now with apps that you can automatically monitor your phone usage, especially the iPhone. Sherry Turkle, a very interesting TED Talk. It's not very long. She did it 10 years ago now. I've been using it for the past few years. It's still very poignant. And so very, very TED Talk. This one here, I want everybody to take a good look at this. It's called third person versus first person writing. When you write an argumentative essay, you write it in the third person, meaning you don't use I and you and we, right? You're like almost writing from a reporter's perspective. And so you stay away from it turning into a narrative. I did this, I think we should do that. Demoralize, I think the population, not even I think, the population should. And so what I'm going to post up here is like an exercise to see if I can get you to go from writing in first and second person to third person. The reason I'm doing this early is because students, if they're very accustomed to writing first and second person, and we have to make that transition to write to third person, just mainly for the argumentative essay. Okay, but take a look at it. It's kind of cute. Here it is. First person, I, we. Second person, you. Third person, he, she, it, they. Okay, and so we will go over that. So let's see. So we write, we watch, we read and annotate. Does everybody know what I mean by annotating? I think you should, but we can go over that again on Thursday. And so what are we doing here? It says, understanding rhetoric, read pages 36 to 57. Usually by the first day, some students don't have the book, so I have a PDF here. Okay, I make mistakes. So, understanding rhetoric. It is in the comic book form, so it goes fast, and I have a few things here. And so, very, very interesting. It talks about what kind of like the basics of rhetoric. Okay, and then if you go back, let's go back to the module. Notice that, to me, that's the easiest way to move around here. And then understanding rhetoric. This is like a quiz on reading this. And notice that's not due until Sunday. What I'm going to do is for this class here, any questions on Canvas before I move on? Okay. Yeah. Usually here it is, the week of 21st through the 26th. Work and submissions are going to be on Thursday and on Sunday. So that way you have, I'll issue everything on Monday, some stuff on Thursday, and then so not everything before. With my regular class, everything we do on Sunday, but I think this format will work a lot better for us. Okay. So hopefully I'm not scaring you, but I like to use a lot of, I wouldn't say comedy, but like a kind of like a little bit of a natural classroom situation here to build community. I really believe that what that does in my industry is called lowering the effective filter, so that information can be absorbed a lot better, right? If we feel really comfortable with each other, you'll be able to express yourself and really feel like you're not going to be judged. Like I said in the beginning of the class, no stress allowed in my class. No stress at all. If you have any questions, if things come up, you contact me and we'll work it out. Now, you don't want to do that so much that we get really, really behind and then you're struggling to get things in at the last minute. But communication is the key to a better understanding. And I really strive to, like I said, help you get rid of obstacles so that you can be effective in reaching your goals and your achievements. I think. Okay, any questions at all? Okay.
So far, so good.
What's that?
No, I said so far, so good.
So far, so good. All right, very good. Okay, so I don't plan on keeping you much longer. I did take roll. I will edit this down. I will upload it. And we will see you on Thursday. Then starting next week, we'll do Monday, Wednesday. And if you have any questions, you know, you got my number. I'm not afraid to give you my number. Like I said, just say, you know, this is Roberto from your summer class, and I had a question regarding this assignment or something. And then you'll see when Noea comes on board, she's, I hate to use the word beast because she's not a beast at all, but she is just so helpful. And she helped so many students in my last semester's class. So start to take a look at cell phone use. Look around you, you know, you go to the store, you go to a market, you go to a restaurant, take a look and start to see how the phone is being used. Even you probably already noticed it. You definitely, most likely will have your opinions of it. The phone is almost an extension of who we are. It's definitely a part of who we are, and everybody uses it every day for lots and lots of things. The phone is not our enemy, but at the same time, it is very, very powerful. It's also an entertainment center, and we have to recognize how to use it to our advantage and not stay on it so much that it interferes with other things, you know, like going to the gym, doing your homework, studying. Maybe you have a great hobby. Maybe you like to play the guitar, you like to sing, do whatever. Don't allow it to interfere with any of those things. And it's important to go outside and to get some fresh air. What a close, right? Get some fresh air. What are you talking about? All right. Okay. I am going to shut this thing off, okay?